What causes two people to argue on a regular basis? The reason why people argue all the time is because they don't realize that the other person is different. The other person is different, and we're not accepting that part in our own life. We don't want to accept that part in our own life, but we have to accept that part in our own life because that's what makes us unique. Two different pieces will fit together because they have a different shape. Like this is this piece. This is the male. This is the female. They're both different, okay? But they both fit together as one, okay? If one person is like this and the other person is like this also, boom, boom, it will not fit. Hello everyone, this is Geoffrey Henderson. Thank you so much for joining our channel. It is a love. We really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. So today I want to talk about another subject regarding love advice. Basically, want to give some advice about a specific thing that a lot of people should learn, especially for those who are already together. What causes two people to argue on a regular basis? We're not talking about just a one-time discussion or argument. We're talking about like you're arguing every day. To sum it all up, to make it very simple to understand, I think there are two reasons why people argue all the time. Reason number one is that they have absolutely nothing in common. Their mindsets are totally different. Like the one person thinks that way and the other person thinks that way, and it causes a conflict in the relationship, and it causes to people falling into an argument. The other reason why I think people are arguing all the time is because they just don't like one another. That's the second reason. They just don't like one another. Like everything about them, you just don't like. You don't like the person's personality. You don't like the way the other person is dressing. You don't like how the other person is decorating the room. You don't like the kind of food they eat, and you always have some kind of a difference of opinion. I personally think that this is extremely unhealthy. If you constantly arguing, and you have to ask yourself the question of why are you doing this? Are you trying to give your partner a hard time? Or like I said before, are you a person, you just don't like the other person and you just want to constantly nitpick on the other person? What is the reason why you want to argue with your other person all the time? And if this is something that happens in your relationship, then I honestly would say, let me say for example this, if this happens from the very beginning, you start to arguing, then this is a very early sign that you should not be in this relationship to begin with. And usually people who argue all the time, they will get these warning signs very early in their relationship. And if you see those warnings, the only thing I personally can say is that you should just get out of the relationship, because from that point on, it's not gonna get any better. And trust me, I know, I've been through that. So now, okay, there is another reason why I think that people argue all the time. And I don't know why I didn't bring that one up, but it's very obvious. Reason number three that is why people argue all the time is because one person or the other, or both people, are very masculine. They have a very strong personality. They're decision makers. They know exactly what they want to do in their life, and they have a specific way of thinking and how they make their decisions in their life. And when those two people come together, whether it's both of them like that or just one person like that, it creates a conflict with the other person because the other person is so masculine, or even both people, that high intensity energy that they have, it causes a conflict with the other person, or it causes a lot of tension. And what happens is over time, that tension will just explode and will just turn into some kind of an argument, you know? So that's why it's so important that, that each person knows the role in their relationship. I personally believe that if both people are very laid back, very easygoing, that you will have less arguments in a relationship. That's my personal opinion. But if both people are very strong, like very headstrong, then obviously, you know, there will be some kind of a conflict going on, and it's just not healthy. You know, it is absolutely not healthy at all. And that is one of the reasons why it is so important that each person knows their place in their relationship. Otherwise, you will have this all the time and it will never stop. So, with that said, this is my personal opinion regarding that. If you are in a relationship like that and you have constant arguments and it's never stopping, there's something wrong. I personally believe that if both of you guys are arguing all the time, or even one of you argues, first of all, if one person argues all the time, sometimes it's only one person that initiates the argument and the other person is just trying to deflect it, repel it. And because of that, you know, both people have to talk with each other and start arguing with each other. Even though you're masculine and very strong and headstrong, just chill, okay? You can't control the other person. Sometimes we argue because we want to somehow control the relationship. Why? Why you want to control it? Why can't you just relax and chill and enjoy the ride? Enjoy the ride. Why don't you do that? That's going to be much better for you, because first of all, you are taking the control, the hands of your steering wheel of your relationship, and let life happen every day. Try not to control it. If you are not trying to control it, you will notice that you will have much more peace in your relationship, okay? Because sometimes things don't go the way that you want it to go, okay? Or your partner wants to go. Sometimes things go the way how nature, how God decides it to go. And guess what? If you let it flow and you let it go naturally, what happens is that you're going to have such a more beautiful relationship. And when you look back into the past and you look to all the things you've been through, you're going to be like, wow. You know, sometimes things happen here where I get extremely stressed out, you know? Like, for example, I always look at finances. Finances for me are always stressful, you know? Like, oh, how are we going to do this and how are we going to do that, you know? But I realized, you know what? You can't control it. And you know what? You look back and you say, you know what? I'm still here. I'm still alive. I got through this. You know, we're going to be amazed how easy we get through things in life if we just let go of trying to control everything. If we let go of everything, we actually start to not care so much about all these things. And you're going to realize that you will have much less stress in your life. You're going to realize that things are going to go much smoother, because we're not meant to control things. We're not meant to do everything ourselves. And I'm talking to those people who are trying to control their relationship, trying to control their circumstances in their life. Sometimes you have to let go, you know? Let go and let God. And at that point, you know what? We're living on this planet only for like 80 years average. Some people live longer, some people live less, okay? There's not much time. There's not much time. So why are you fighting? Why are you trying to control? Why are you trying to control the other person? Why are you trying to argue with the other person? Just chill. Just relax. Okay? Everyone, if you're in a relationship, my personal advice is let it go. whatever you're trying to hold on, if there's something that you don't like about the other person or you disagree with, you know what? We all have difference of opinion, okay? At the end of the day, it all comes down to acceptance. We have to accept the other person for who they are. There are certain things in my relationship where Sharon and I have a difference of opinion or we have a different point of view, but we're not letting it bother us. You know, it is something that, you know what? We are different people. The reason why people argue all the time is because they don't realize that the other person is different. The other person is different, and we're not accepting that part in our own life. We don't want to accept that part in our own life, but we have to accept that part in our own life because that's what makes us unique. It makes me unique the way I am. And guess what? Two different pieces will fit together because they have a different shape. Like this is this piece. This is the male. This is the female. They're both different, okay? But they're both fit together as one, okay? If one person's like this and the other person's like this also, boom, boom, it will not fit. It will not fit together. If both people are like this, it will not fit. But if one person is one way and the other person is another way, and they're both different, this is different than this one, now they fit together and they become one. And they will work together as a team, okay? If you realize that factor in your relationship, then you don't have to, you're gonna realize that you will argue much less. That's what I wanted to say. So, anyway, with that said, that's what I wanted to talk about. I hope that you like what I talked about, this discussion. If you have any comments, any suggestions, then please put it in the comment section below. We really appreciate that. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, we hope that you will do so. It will help us to continue making great content for Innocent Love. And we hope that you're gonna like and share and get our message out there. So with that said, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Peace out. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sure you're gonna like the next one. The true meaning of being a provider. Coming up next.